Om Namah Shivaya. So we saw the various steps required for Nididhyasanam in a form that we call Dhyanam. Dhyanam can also be viewed as an attempt to purify your mind. Antakarana Shuddhi. We will see how the Antakarana Shuddhi helps us in meditating, in doing Nididhyasanam. We will see that today itself. So we have gone through several steps of Dhyanam. There is one step that we did not talk about, which is Japa. So Japa means repeating a simple set of words, not very complicated, over and over again. And there is a logic behind it that we should understand. Normally, our mind is used to jumping from one thought to another. You think about the inflation, and from inflation your mind goes to why is it so? From there you see that the prices of gas has gone up. From there your thoughts go to less oil from some of the countries, and so on and so forth. So this is called associated or associative thoughts. And there is nothing wrong with that. This is how the Srishti is, this is how the creation is, and this is how you function in your life. You think and you do all the transactions. This is perfectly normal. But when it comes to exploring the truth behind the various activities in our life, the very source of consciousness that enables our thoughts, for looking at that, you need an Antakarana Shuddhi. You need to have the sameness of thought effortlessly, not by pressure, not by trying to concentrate, but be absorbed in it naturally. So for obtaining that, the japa becomes a useful tool. So the logic of japa is to repeat some simple phrases, and the suggestion is that the simple phrase should be a prayerful phrase. In addition to quietening your mind, it also allows you to pray. Japa can be without any tune or tone. It can just be a simple repetition of a phrase. If you have some favorite prayers, use that. You don't have to depart from it. If you don't have one, then you may just think about Om Namah Shivaya. So in the japa without tunes, you may do something very simple like this. It may have some variation, but those variations are controlled consciously. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So in repeating Om Namah Shivaya, in between the two enunciations of Om Namah Shivaya, you may notice that your mind is trying to go away. But by your buddhi guiding your mind, you tell it to please stay with me as I chant Om Namah Shivaya. 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 You will notice that as you practice this over a length of time, then in between two Om Namah Shivayas, your mind will be silent. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. So this is one form of japa. You may like a different form of japa where some tune is involved. It's up to you. If you like to try that out, you can just listen to some japa with tune, and you can adopt it. A very simple one, I will just say. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. So this is japa, one of the tools of quietening your mind down. And this can also be looked upon as Antakarana Shuddhi, purifying your mind. The purification of the thoughts means the following. If the mind is so-called not pure, it is mixed up with the gunas, especially the Rajoguna and Tamoguna. If that is the quality of the mind, then it is appropriate for it to cognize thoughts and changes. But a mind that grasps the underlying reality needs to be purer. Let us look at an application of this phenomena. The phenomena of Antakarana. Antakarana means the inner organ, your mind. Whether it is pure or not pure. We saw the first Nididhyasanam yesterday, which is distinguishing between a wave of the ocean from its underlying content, which is water. Similarly, please see the truth of yourself. Your thoughts, the movement of your consciousness represents the wave that you are, your personality, the flow of your thoughts, the dancingness of your thoughts, the instability or stability of your thoughts. This can be grasped readily, easily, even if your mind is not pure. But to see that the content of your thoughts is your consciousness. Chit Swarupaha, Jnana Swarupaha. It's like the ocean. Your thoughts are just a tiny part of it. How tiny, relatively tiny, are the movements of the ocean. It's just one aspect of it. But the water of the ocean is the reality of the waves. Similarly, the waves of the mind represents a tiny part of yourself. Be aware of this. And to be aware of this, you need Antakarana Shuddhi. This is the logic of the entire stage of Dhyanam. All the steps that we have talked about culminate in enable you to effortlessly become quiet and clean and clear only then the recognition of yourself as consciousness without any changes can occur. See this fact. You are not just the thoughts. You are in fact an ocean of consciousness, infinite, never born, an essential part of your life, the very core of yourself is the infinite consciousness, the ocean of consciousness. It is called sometimes Chidakasha. If we switch the example from an ocean to Akasha, then you can see this even better. Chidakasha. Chidakasha means an infinite basis of all of your thoughts in the form of consciousness, also called knowledge, jnanam, not the knowledge of anything particular. That too you are. The knowledge of something particular is like a wave. Of course you are that, but that's just a tiny part of you. How tiny a wave is with respect to the ocean, even more so in the example of a thought compared to Chidakasha. Chidakasha is an infinite space consisting of consciousness, knowledge. Just see this fact. Don't you see that your entire life, your entire set of experiences consists of an underlying I know. I know. Are you listening to these words? I know. I am. Are you thinking of the past? I know. I'm thinking of the past. No matter what your thoughts are, what your experiences are, don't you see that the underlying content of that is, I know, I know. And this I know is not a quality of you. It is you. It is not your personality. It is you, the person, an infinite person. This is easy to see. See this fact. There is only one Chidakasha, and you are it. You are not a specific set of thoughts. You are the very underlying content of the entire cosmos. In the form of, in the swarupa of. Even the word form does not fit. But swarupa, the very nature of yourself is, I know, I know. In this ocean of I know, if a particular thought occurs, then you simply become a witness of that thought. Don't you see this? It's very clear. I know this thought. And when that thought stops and ceases to be, you don't lose your I knownness. You're always I know. Don't you see this? I know. I know. Everyone. Even my mentioning it to you is only possible if we all have the same I know. I know. I know I am talking. From your standpoint, I know I am listening. It's the same I know. I know. This is Paramatma, a single Paramatma. And to appreciate this, which is the truth behind you, you just need to purify your thoughts, make them quiet. So to appreciate thoughts, you don't need a pure mind. To appreciate the underlying content of the thoughts. Your mind needs to be very close to the purity of that underlying consciousness. This is the logic of dhyana. I would suggest that before you embark on the dhyanam, start to be quiet. Avoid unnecessary interaction. Just for those 10 minutes between the puja and the meditation, just be with yourself. Start to prepare. Even after the meditation, don't be in a rush to talk and to interact. If you have to, fine. If you don't have to, don't. Stay with the self-appreciation that you are Chidakasha. You are the infinite basis whose Swarupa is I know, I know, I know, I know, I know. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.